Championship week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Cleveland State 23 and Butler 13 for the Horizon League Championship from Green Bay, Wisconsin. The All-League first team in the Horizon League, led by Mel Thornton, the Player of the Year, averaging 15 points a game and shooting over 52% from the floor. There's Miss Klein. Kailey averaged 18 a game and shot 41% from the floor. Green Bay, WAP represented. Mulroy from Detroit as well. I think people here at Green Bay are still a little bit stunned about their Phoenix losing the other night.
They are. I mean, they said there were a lot of tickets sold for this game, but I'm assuming it's because they thought Green Bay was going to be here. So I mean, the fans show a lot of support, and that's good when they expect their team to win because that shows that they have confidence.
At halftime, we'll take a look at all the specialty awards in the Horizon League. And here's Mel Thornton. A little stitch-up work around her lip from the elbow that was taken moments ago that drew blood.
Little injuries like that are ones that just nag you because if it gets hit again, you don't want it to get hit again because you'll be bleeding everywhere. And she's a post player, so she's constantly getting contact. So kudos for her for still being tough and trying to take another charge and diving on the ground for loose balls.
Now that paper cut won't be enough to put her on the bench, will it?
Definitely not.
Too big of a game. Butler down by 8, trailing most of the first half. Klein from the corner, a great outside shot. Kailey Klein, she's been on the first team 3 years running. When she drains the three, the lead is back to 11.
Now, Klein's one of those players that you just, at a certain point, you just can't let her catch the ball because she can make plays. She can hit a jump shot with her hand in her face. You just have to face guard her and deny the ball. Well,
you said earlier you thought Alyssa Pittman would contribute, and she did there on the top of the key off a high screen. That is Butler's first three, by the way, in 8 attempts.
Now, Pittman does have the ability to change the game. She can hit threes, and she can also drive to the basket and make plays for her teammates. So I look to her to be more aggressive on offense.
She was a star at Eastern Michigan, top freshman in the Mid-American Conference before transferring.
She also has the task of guarding Klein, so a lot of times it's hard if you're guarding the other team's best player, and then you also are asked to score and make plays on the offensive end.
Both teams shot the ball so well the other night from beyond the line. Today, Cleveland State has had the better. Look at the nice fake on the baseline and back to catch and shoot. And on the other end, Butler first made 3 of the afternoon after 7 straight misses. It's going to be a cruel game after you play so well the other night shooting the ball. And now this.
Right. And Klein just did a great job of moving without the ball to get herself open. She did a great cut like she was going to fake back door and got a wide open jump shot because her defender went for it.
Jessica Roque might be having the game of her career. She has 11. That's well above her average of 5 a game, and it's in the championship.
You know, something I learned at UConn that I can see carrying over is if a player has a good practice or a good shoot-around the day before a game or the day of a game, it tends to carry over because you bring in that confidence. You saw the ball go in a lot in the shoot-around and in the practice, and then it falls in the game.
It's funny how that works, huh? Maybe that's why the coaches are always emphasizing good practices.
I mean, you really do play how you practice.
Pittman fouled beyond the arc, so that's 3 free throws for her. And she is a 73% shooter.
And that's something that you hate when it happens because you want to contest a three-point shooter shot, but you can't get close enough. That's one of those things where you just have to put a hand up.
Coming up at halftime, the greatest moments in NCAA women's tourney history, and there are a bunch of them. Horizon League tourney news and notes. We'll speak to the commissioner in the second half, by the way, and highlights of the stats of the first half that to this point has been dominated by Cleveland State.
Now I like to see this. Butler looks like they're going to come out in some type of pressure, maybe to speed up the game, to cause some turnovers, but just doing different things so that Cleveland State's not comfortable. Once you let a team get in a rhythm of their offense and their offense is flowing, that's when the shots go in.
This Cleveland State team shot 75% in the second half and in overtime against Green Bay. And Kate Peterson-Abia was saying last night, I was surprised when I looked at the stat sheet. Well, those shots are easy, particularly when you got people like Klein moving without the ball.
It is, and your percentage always goes up when you're shooting layups, and that's exactly what Cleveland State's been doing. They hit a lot of jump shots, and now that they've hit some jump shots, Butler's jumping out on the shooters, and they're getting layups.
Well, moments ago, you saw how happy Dad is watching today's game in person. Lester on the drop down, little pivot, missed the shot. two Cleveland State Vikings going for the ball. And Shanita Garland comes out with it.
I love to watch parents when their daughter score because, you know, that they're their #1 fan, so you can just see the excitement and how proud they are.
With them win or lose.
Correct.
On the baseline, ball lost, back to Butler. And if the Bulldogs choose, they can play for the last opportunity of the first half. Ten seconds remaining. Lester with a spin to the hoop. Rebound to Klein, 5 seconds to go.
Shanita Garland's fast, so she can get a shot in that amount of time, but she chose to give it up. They didn't get a shot. She probably should have just taken it to the basket with 5 seconds left.
And still the Vikings have the advantage of the first half. Klein in our star watch has become a big star in this game. She has scored 12 to lead Cleveland State and 11 points for number 50, Jessica Rowe. At halftime, Cleveland State 30, Butler 20. Championship week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Okay. Okay. All right. Renee, anything that you want, any lead-ins, points you want to bring up second half?
We can just talk about Klein.
Okay. She is. That's fine. She's here. Yeah, that sounds good to her. We start with Cleveland State first because of the lower seed, or Butler?
Exciting, nail-biting,
okay, good.
record-breaking performances in amateur sports.
Welcome back to Championship Week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods for the Horizon League title. Cleveland State 30, Butler 20. We're at halftime. Beth Mowens takes a look at the greatest women's NCAA championship moments.
NCAA championships deliver some of the most exciting, nail-biting, record-breaking performances in amateur sports. One of those 88 NCAA championships is the Division I women's basketball tournament. Take a walk through women's Final Four history with these milestone moments. In the 1993 championship game, Cheryl Swoops dominated as Texas Tech beat Ohio State 84-82, capturing their only national title. Swoops put up a record 47 points in the championship game. In one of the marquee moments in NCAA championship history, North Carolina's Charlotte Smith hit the three-point shot at the buzzer in the 1994 championship final.
Here's the shot, Charlotte Smith.
In the 1998 first round, the nation's leading scorer, Allison Feaster, led 16-seed Harvard over 1-seed